Okay. Hi, welcome to Live Life Ravishingly. Today we are continuing our spiritual journey with Mr. Shivaram. Shivaram, please welcome to my show.
Hello, Ravish. Happy to be here.
Thank you. All right. So today we are going to speak about yugas. Okay. Now, Shivaram, please tell me, are these yugas real?
Okay. So once again, short answer, yes.
Okay.
Now let me explain.
All right.
See, everything in this universe, everything in your daily life, everything what you do has cycles.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
In the last video, we spoke about reincarnation.
Absolutely right. Yeah.
Reincarnation is also a cycle.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
Right.
One lifetime can be considered as a cycle.
Yeah.
And within one lifetime, you have birth, adulthood, old age, death,
Yes.
and so on. Right?
Yeah.
The same thing repeats.
Right.
Now let's go to daily thing. In a day, single day, there is morning, afternoon, evening, night. Once again, morning comes. So there is a cycle there. Then we have cycles of the moon. Okay, full moon, new moon, so on. Right? And then the cycles of the sun. Okay, the cycles of the sun are years. The days are also because Earth is revolving around itself and then it is rotating around sun. So you have years, right? Because of years, you have seasons, right? You have summer, winter, rainy season, and so on. So all the things what we see in the universe or in our daily life have cycles, right? Now the question is, are there bigger cycles? The question is, are there bigger cycles? Science says yes.
Okay.
There are bigger cycles. We can see that. Like for example, certain comets come once in 80 years, 85 years. Halley's comet, right? And then there are cycles of 12 years, 11 years as well, 12 years of solar flares. Solar flares, which huge solar flares happen, and there's a cycle there, right? So this 12 is a kind of a charming number. Okay, it comes in spirituality a lot. Okay, I don't know the reason why, but it comes a lot.
Okay.
So the multiples of 12 is also important. If you know 108, so people meditate 108 times and so on.
Right. Right.
That's also a very powerful number.
I see.
So 108 is a multiple of 12.
I see.
Right?
Right.
And 12 comes in our day as well. Indians divided the day into 24 parts, and that's how 24 hours were created. Credit went to someone else, it's okay. And then we have half a day is 12 hours, and so on. Right? So there are you can see cycles everywhere.
Right.
So similarly, there are cycles, bigger cycles called yugas.
Okay.
So what happens during yuga is the nature of beings which are there on earth, it changes.
Okay.
Okay. In Kaliyuga, people are at the most basal state. Okay. Their the spiritual level is at the least.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Let's simplify it and call it as 25% spiritual level.
Okay. All right.
Spirituality, the scale of spirituality.
All right. All right.
I like to look at it as a game, right? So there's a level, spiritual level is 25%.
Okay. All right.
Dwapara Yuga, it goes to 50%.
Okay.
So more people are moving towards like God and spirituality and all those things. So when spirituality increases, other things increases. People are more truthful. They help each other. They do good to others and all those things, right? And less spirituality is like you're more on ego. Like you're like, oh, I want everything myself. I want to do this. I want to do that. Everything is mine. I will destroy that.
Right.
Like person cheats his own friend, and
Betray.
So all these kinds of betrayal, this adultery and all those things, right? So those things reduces in Dwapara Yuga.
I see. Okay.
Treta Yuga is where it is at 75%.
Okay.
And Satya Yuga is at 100%.
Oh, okay.
So people call it with different names. You can call it as Iron Age, Bronze Age, Gold Age, Silver Age, and Gold Age. Like Europeans, like Westerners call it that way.
I see. Yeah.
We call it this way.
Got it.
So
So what are we supposed to do in this Kaliyuga? This is Kaliyuga, right? We are.
no.
Sorry, no.
So okay.
Okay.
What I believe. Let
Okay.
me tell what I believe.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows?
Okay,
But
okay, all right.
what I believe is we are in Dwapara Yuga.
Is it?
Yeah, we are in Dwapara Yuga.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
I was going through a lot of literature and trying to understand it myself. There are various theories, right? One of the theory which says Kaliyuga should be 400,000 years, right? 4,32,000. Okay, which is a huge number. Okay, and even if you think Krishna, Lord Krishna, Bhagwan Krishna existed thousands of years ago, and the Kaliyuga started, then Kaliyuga should exist for like next 4 lakh years, right?
Right.
That is too big, too
Right,
massive.
right, right.
So first thing is, then Treta Yuga would have happened millions of years ago before that, right?
Yeah.
So there is some inconsistency there, according to me at least, because imagine the name of the cities, Ayodhya, right?
Yeah.
The name of the city is the same.
Right.
How can it exist for such a long time, right? Won't people forget, or someone invades and changes the name? It can happen with few thousand years as well. But when you consider hundreds of thousands of years, it's very easy to happen.
Okay.
Okay, so it is in the order of thousands of years, is what I felt, and I got a collaborative evidence which I could believe in fully. I could scientifically kind of attach onto it.
Okay.
From Swami Sri Yukteswarji.
Okay.
So he has written a book called Holy Science.
Okay.
So the book is about self-realization and what is the true purpose of life and so on. But in the beginning, he has explained about yugas,
Okay.
and he talks about why we consider, many people consider the current age as Kaliyuga, but actually it is Dwapara Yuga.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Right.
So his explanation is like this. Okay. I completely believe that. Like, I feel like this is true.
Okay. Okay.
So I'll tell you why he says this is how it is. According to him, the cycle, the US cycle, is 24,000 years long.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Each cycle is 24,000 years long.
Okay.
Okay. What happens is the Satya Yuga is the biggest.
Okay.
Okay. Then comes Treta Yuga. Okay. It is slightly smaller in duration. It's smaller. Okay. The ratio is 4:3:2:1. That's the ratio. Okay. Satya Yuga comes, and then Dwapara Yuga comes. Treta Yuga comes, and then Dwapara Yuga comes. Then Kaliyuga comes. Kaliyuga's duration is just 1. In terms of the duration, like if you take 24,000. Divided into half, because there is a descending and ascending cycle.
Right.
Okay. Descending is where you are at the peak. Spirituality is at the peak. People are all this thing. Then it gradually reduces.
I see. Okay.
That is descending.
Right.
Now we are in the ascending cycle.
I see.
Now we are in the ascending Dwapara Yuga. Just recently we came out of Kaliyuga and we came into Dwapara Yuga proper.
Oh, okay.
And we are in the ascending cycle and we are going up. Okay. So I was talking about this 24,000 year cycle, right? 24,000 years. 12,000 years if you take and divide it by 4:3:2:1, and then you take that one part, that is the Kaliyuga.
Okay.
Around 1,200 years, right?
Okay. All right.
1/10 of the entire thing.
Right.
1,200 years. But Kaliyuga occurs 2 times, because you descend and then Kaliyuga is there. Again another Kaliyuga comes, because that is the ascending Kaliyuga.
Ascending. Okay.
And then Dwapara Yuga comes.
Okay.
Then Treta Yuga comes. So we have moved away from the Kaliyuga and entered the Dwapara Yuga.
Okay.
And then Treta Yuga comes. Then Satya Yuga comes. Then Satya Yuga comes 2 times.
Right.
It's there for very long time.
Right.
And then once again the same thing, cycle happens.
Okay.
Right. Now, his explanation for this.
Okay.
Very strange explanation. Okay. It has not been invented, like discovered by science. Okay. He says, Earth moves around Sun.
Right.
That's what causes years.
Right.
He says, Sun moves around another planet, another star. He says our solar system is actually a binary star system.
I see. Okay.
Okay, they move around each other. Okay, in an elliptic. Obviously, if the orbit will be mostly elliptical. Okay, and we all know Sun goes around the galaxy, Milky Way galaxy, right? But he's saying that there is a binary star system, sun and that star, whichever that star, we don't know what that
Right.
star is,
The
star
secondary.
X. Okay, they go each around each other, and the cycle duration for that is 24,000.
Oh, okay.
Now, the interesting fact is, we know precession of the Earth. Precession of the Earth is, it's a slightly interesting topic. It will take some time to explain. So, Earth is rotating, right? But its axis is at tilted, right?
Yeah.
The tilted axis is also moving like this.
Ah,
This is
yeah.
what people think.
Yeah.
And because of that, there's something called as precession of the Earth, and they are measuring it to be 25,600 years.
Right.
Okay. But you can have an alternate explanation for seeing different stars. The pole star. The pole star right now, whatever we have as the pole star, it changes as the Earth's tilt changes.
Right. Right.
The precession changes, right? Now, you can have an alternate explanation of why that is happening if the entire solar system itself is moving around another star.
Right. Right. Right.
Right?
Ah.
So, there are few people who are doing research on this. Obviously, they have read Swami Yukteswar ji's book, and they are saying that the same thing can be explained. The precession of the star can be explained in a much better way. If you consider Earth and another star called Bernard star as a pair, okay, and this star is traveling towards sun at a very high speed. Nobody knows why. Okay, and sun is also accelerating.
I see.
Why should sun accelerate? Right? It is also accelerating. So if you put in all these things into the mix, you can see that sun and other star are rotating around each other.
I see.
And that is the reason why this cycle is happening. And that cycle of Earth is 24,000 years.
I see.
Alternate explanation. Okay. Now, that is what is leading to the cycle. Like, we have summer, winter, right? Like that. In summer, things grow. Like, in spring, it starts growing. Summer, you have all the things. But then you have rainy season. Then you have winter.
Right.
Then everything starts falling.
Right.
Okay. So, similarly, think of 4 yugas. Probably you can think of winter as the Kaliyuga, and then again spring comes, things like that, right? So, here the cycles are on spiritual level of people who are coming on earth. And okay, let me give you my way of thinking. Okay, this is something which I was thinking, what might be happening? I was thinking, imagine some kind of energy. It can be prana. I'll explain about prana. Prana, it's a totally different concept. People don't understand prana properly. Prana, life energy. Imagine the amount of life energy, free life energy available. And if that varies across this rotation, when the amount of free energy is low, prana is low, then you need to somehow get it from outside.
Right.
So you'll be attached more towards materialistic things.
Right.
Okay. So that is your Kaliyuga.
Okay.
And over time, it increases. You don't have to depend on outside things. You are fully satisfied from the inside.
Yeah.
Because you are getting free life energy. Right. So that is Satya Yuga, where you don't have to depend on external sources for prana, life energy. Right. So if you think that way, then this cycle thing makes sense.
Okay.
So then I will also tell you one more thing. It's very interesting fact. Okay. Now, lot of spiritual people are always born in India.
Right.
Other places also people are born, right?
Yeah.
But it's very less compared to India.
Right.
Okay. See the number of sages, see the number of monks. They like, in every family, big family, there'll be one person who would have become a saint, right? So how, I was wondering why so many people in India are what is so special here? Like, geologically, what is special?
Right.
One may be the karmic link. In the last video we spoke about the karmic link, and because of that they are that the initial momentum is created, and that's why people are getting born here.
Right.
I felt there is something more, because it's not just the karmic link, because a person can be born somewhere else, and the spiritual person can be born other places also, and so on. So one of the interesting things I saw was around India there is a gravitational well. Gravitation is kind of, they call it gravitational anomaly. On Earth, we think gravitation is the same, right? No, it is not the same.
I see.
It changes from one place to other place.
Okay.
And over India, it is the least.
Okay.
Like especially like the Deccan Plateau and Sri Lanka and above that and all those things, it is the least.
I see.
Maybe there is something to do with that.
Okay.
It is also something to do with maybe the acceleration. If gravity is what? Gravity is acceleration.
Right.
Now, when two stars are moving together, when they come close together, the acceleration is the maximum. They are moving faster.
Right.
Okay. Acceleration leads to velocity, right?
Yeah.
Higher velocity. So it is faster. And that's where the Satya Yuga happens, because now we are at the furthest distance.
I see. Okay.
Okay. Maybe we are slower.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was trying to relate, okay, a little bit of
Fantastic,
physics,
fantastic,
little
yeah.
bit of maths,
Right.
and trying to see, is there some theory there? I'm pretty sure if someone proves this, see, this is not proven, like people are stating things and so on. Scientifically, we need to prove that two stars, like Sun and Barnard star are Sirius. One of them is our binary pair.
Okay.
If someone proves that, then immediately what Swami Yukteswarji wrote in 1894 becomes true.
Oh.
It will give huge validity to Hinduism and the sages, Sanatana Dharma, how they could figure this out. Right? Maybe it was passed on from generation to generation, or they have been monitoring it, or they found out in some other way, right? So that's a
Seriously, as and when we are progressing, I can sense the solar energy in your brain. Seriously. Okay. Now, one thing came to my mind. You said we are in Dwapar Yuga. And when did Kaliyuga start? And when did it end? And did Kalki was born? This is a very serious question I want to ask you.
Very good question.
Yeah.
Dwapar Yuga started, according to Swami Yukteswarji, in 1700s. Okay. But it takes 200 years to become fully Dwapar Yuga proper.
Okay.
Kaliyuga ended in 1600. But 100 years of transition time. Kaliyuga fully ended in 1700. And after 1700 to 1900, Dwapar Yuga was transitioning and becoming fully proper Dwapar Yuga. Now, from 1900 onwards, we are in proper Dwapar Yuga. Okay, the Dwapar Yuga is, fully in the solid Dwapar Yuga. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, you asked another question: was Kalki really born?
Yeah. Right.
So, to answer that question, you need to know how these cycles work. Okay. So once again, this is one more theory of mine. It so happens that in every cycle, 24,000 year cycle, it's not that Rama is always born, Krishna is always born, Kalki is always born, and so on. Okay. It depends on how much, how big the karmic load is. Okay. So,
all right. Okay.
and based on that, they are born. Okay.
Karmic
so
load.
they may skip a cycle. They may come in a different cycle.
And there's no karmic load.
When there's a huge karmic load, they will come.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
When there's a huge karmic load, they'll come.
They skip it when there is no karmic load.
Exactly. When Krishna came last in Mahabharata, he wages war on crores of people.
Right.
Yeah. And removes them from earth because the new age is coming, and we don't want all those things, all those people back into the new age. So he had to clear the slate, cleanse the slate.
Yeah.
And Mahabharata war itself, how many people participated?
Right.
That was also like a cleansing of the slate. Right. So for that to happen, okay, he had to come.
Okay.
He had to come and do the work and then go back.
Okay.
Right? So I think in the future cycles of this 24,000 years, we'll have Kalki will be coming and protecting us, doing the thing what is said in the Kalki Purana.
All right. It's really amazing to know such a tremendous knowledge that Shivaram has. We'll continue our series. Thanks, Shivaram, for coming
Thank you.
in the channel. Thank you.
Thank you.